What's good? All right. Ridiculousness in the sport of boxing. Mind-boggling, man. Mind-boggling. How many different ways can the same guy cheat? How much cheating do you need? Jesus. I mean, God, dog. How much cheating do you need? Not Raj, what's good, man? Dillian Whyte cheated, man. Those guys over there are so crooked. It's disappointing. Get this smoke. What's good, man? Adari T. Look, at a certain point in time, man, I mean, I like making fun of Eddie Hearn because the dude was a liar. But God dog, man, being a liar is one thing. Being such a, I guess, if you lie, you'll cheat. But wow. Not just putting a cat in there on doped up, a dude doped up in there. Doped up dude doesn't tell the other guy once he pops dirty. Fixes the gloves, fixes the referee, fixes the judges. I mean, God dog, man. That's exactly what it is, Sean. These guys are scumbags, man. They make a complete and utter mockery of the sport of boxing. And it's sad because the UK used to be very fair. I mean, everywhere you go in boxing, there's going to be some funny business. But for years, I thought that the UK was more fair than the United States. But you guys have got to tell me something. Oh, you didn't get a notification? I didn't even put anything out today, so I don't know why you wouldn't get it, man. I heard from you, Fanon. Scratch a liar, you find a thief. Yeah, man. Scratch a lie, find a thief. Scratch a lie, find a thief. But God, dog. I mean, in this pursuit of UK boxing taking over the world, they figured, hell, we just gonna fix the fights. Eddie Hearn needs to be put out of the sport of boxing. Like Panama Lewis. Panama Lewis. You remember Panama Lewis? Panama Lewis was the trainer for Aaron Pryor, who mixed some asthma medicine in some water, right? And he said, give me the bottle that I mixed. So they mixed it, and it was like asthma medicine that opened up your lungs and gave you extra energy, right? In another fight, he got caught padding the gloves. That's what removing padding from gloves. That's what Panama Lewis got put out of boxing for the rest of his life for. Eddie Hearn, they just did all of that in one fight. They did all of that in one fight. One fight. Not worse than the asthma medicine. They let somebody in there that was on, did he say D-ball? On straight up performance enhancing drugs. They let him in there, right? They didn't tell, with the assistance of the British Boxing Board and Control, acting like trying to say, oh, well, we just followed the protocol, their protocol. And they say, yes, there's two thieves in the room. That's like you got two thieves in the room, and one thief said, well, look, that thief over there said that I could steal it. And then the other one waves a piece of paper and says, see, yeah, that's my rules. And according to my rules, he's allowed to steal from him. Wow. Almighty Law said, dude got killed behind that for 9. Dog, a dude could get killed behind this too. Man, Eddie ain't suing shit. Suck a dick up to you, hiccup, Eddie. What you gonna sue me for? It's true. It's true. What you gonna sue me for? A false statement? The dude tested positive. He was allowed to fight. Man, get out of here, man. I ain't being careful of nothing. He ain't suing me for what? I told the truth. It's in the news. What are you talking about? Eddie's going to sue you for saying the truth. That's the truth. And then I shared my opinion. My opinion is that he should be thrown out of boxing. How is that? What's the problem with that? How am I lying? I really do believe that he should be put out of boxing for that. And yes, he really did let somebody knowingly allow somebody to go that was under the influence of performance-enhancing drugs to fight on his card. That is the truth. And he ain't even denying it. What to do, Philip Redden? Dude, just Eddie. Eddie need to be thrown. Goodbye. The gloves that Panama Lewis spiked were Louis Restes versus Billy Cons. Cons committed suicide three months later. That's terrible. But guess what? If you put so obviously you didn't hear about the gloves. Philip, did you hear about what happened with what is alleged to have happened with the gloves? They had a glove meeting. A meeting where the two teams can inspect the gloves. They approved 2 sets of gloves for Dillian Whyte. Dillian Whyte came into the ring with a third pair that had not been checked. The promoter for Oscar Rivas said that they would not allow him. Once the gloves were on and they noticed they were different gloves, they wouldn't allow them to check the gloves because they said, hey, the fight's about to start. He's not going to take the gloves off. How do you know those gloves weren't loaded? How do you know that the gloves didn't have less pad in them? Any of the guys on D-ball. I mean, he can't crawl out of public perception. You can't. See, you can sit there, you can hide behind your rules and your regulations. Yes, you can. You can hide behind your rules and your regulations, but you can't hide when everybody knows what you did. Okay? You cannot get your reputation back. Because at first you're just a liar. You're just some dude lying about whether or not somebody made you an offer, lying about whether you said this or lying about whether you said that. Pretty much, you just a liar, okay? And there's a lot of liars in the world, a lot of people, and it's just like, hey, man, he's just a jerk. But now you're dangerous. Now it's known that you will put people's lives at risk in your fight cards. And you're gonna and the fact that you can sue the government too, by the way. Rivas isn't a UK citizen. He can sue the government. Like, oh no, I'm suing the British Boxing Board of Control. Your rules if you're allowing under your rules for somebody under performance enhancing drugs to get into the ring with me, and you know it, you put my life at risk just because you have a law on the books, a local law for a local ordinance or a committee rule. That committee rule can be illegal. There are illegal rules all over the place. That's why you have in the United States, just to let you know, you can have a city ordinance that somebody challenges. And then the courts, they interpret, they say, oh no, that rule's unconstitutional. That rule's unconstitutional. You have to take that rule off the books. UCAD and British Boxing Board of Control are not beyond reproach. There is a judicial system in the UK, and take them to court over that rule. And that rule put you at significant risk and let there be any damage to it. I took more, and man, the dude is crazy, man. He said, no wonder they dropped that fight. I mean, I just think seriously, man, it's so terrible, man. It's just so terrible. Like I said, I don't think I've ever seen anything that's that blatant and that bad. Okay? Never mind. Then the ref. This is all on top because when I watched the fight, the only thing that I really thought was funny was the scorecards and the ref. The scorecard was way too wide, and the ref was way too one-sided. But that's what I saw just from the scorecards. So you got the judges. The judge, come on, man. I thought the fight was closer than that. That's what I thought after the fight. And I was like, come on, man. You literally have the ref. Like, say this is Oscar Rivas, right? Say this is Oscar Rivas. And this is Dillian Whyte. And I'm the ref, right? This is what the fight looked like the whole time. This is where the ref's eyes, every once in a while, he look over there. Did you hit it? Did it hit you? Oh, all right. You could literally see him doing this to Oscar Rivas. As the fight went on, that dude's eye was on a swivel. His eyes were on a swivel. Looking at Oscar Rivas. Man, you guys are, hey, man, Matchroom Box is a fraud, man. They're a bigger fraud. I mean, God dog, at least, I mean, Top Rank makes a bunch of mismatches. They'll put in a whole fight card full of people you already know who's going to win. That's one thing. But God dog, man. God dog, you just going to blatantly let some, because we're allowed to. You know, we sat in the room and we sat in the room and talked about it, and we agreed he would go into the ring. That's what Eddie Hearn's saying. Eddie Hearn, first of all, he's lying. He says, oh, the WB, the VADA and UCAD and the BBOC all said that the fight could continue. VADA did not say that because VADA didn't do the testing. UCAD did the testing, so take VADA out of that. Second, UCAD is not responsible for allowing fights to go on or not. They're administering the test. They're just the labs. So take UCAD out of that. Put that shit on the British Boxing Board of Control, which is a political organization. And they got in a room. They got in a room with Eddie Hearn and said, yeah. And Dillian Whyte testified. No, it was a trace substance. Well, you denied it, so I guess we got to go by this protocol and test the B sample. Hey, man, I'm interested to know, and I really don't know the answer to this question. Why couldn't you test the B sample as soon as the A sample popped? Did you get 2 samples, or are you looking to get another sample? If you have 2 samples, why don't you test both samples? We're going to test this one and this one at the same time. A pop dirty, B pop dirty. No, you wrote that loophole in there so you could loop your way out of there. No, I'm not going to be Rivas' lawyer. I'm just a disgruntled boxing fan that don't want to see. I don't want to lose the sport because Eddie Hearn screws around and gets somebody killed on TV. Be quite honest. I don't want that to happen. And they are trying their best for that to happen. It's a farce, man. I'm still waiting for Teddy Atlas to call out the tragedy. Oh, no. Teddy Atlas isn't going to get paid to do that. They're going to find a way to blame Deontay Wilder. They're trying to figure out how they can blame Deontay Wilder for this. How can we put this on Deontay Wilder? They hoping that B sample would clear him. Dog, that B sample, they're going to tamper with that. I agree with what several people say about that. They're probably going to tamper with the B sample. VADA should say, give me the B sample. Nah. But the WBC, seriously though, only thing that needs to happen for real is the WBC needs to eliminate Dillian Whyte from the mandatory position for testing positive for performance-enhancing drugs and getting into the ring. Sorry, got to go. And Deontay Wilder should petition the WBC to remove him as his mandatory. And then give the UK fans excuses. Oh, you're just ducking him. All he did is pop dirty. Get out of here, man. All of them dudes are doping. Two of the three of their top ones have been caught doping. And the other one has been accused of getting testosterone exemptions. And the two that pop dirty accused him. Wonder why they could be. Maybe they felt like they needed to dope to stay up with him. or stay up with the rest of these cats doping, man. That's why, man, dude. You guys keep saying, "Oh, what's going on, Billy? Billy's son, El Hombre Negro." Fanan, good afternoon from Upper Marlboro. What's going on, man? In Upper Marlboro, Maryland. Oh, the UK fans already blaming Wilder. It's Wilder's fault. If Wilder wasn't so big and mean, knocking people out like that, Dillian Whyte wouldn't feel like he needed to get on performance-enhancing drugs. You know, the only reason he's on performance-enhancing drugs is because Deontay Wilder's little brother was on performance-enhancing drugs. Oh, excuse me, that was just some lie. Who care? I don't care if it's a lie or not. I'm just going to keep saying it. All of y'all are liars. All y'all that support Eddie Hearn are a bunch of liars. Y'all a bunch of scumbags. Y'all just should be ashamed of yourselves. You should be ashamed of yourselves. Just, oh my God, man. Come on, man. Anyway, Anthony Joshua still suspended indefinitely by the New York State Commission 2 for 9. That's probably just up on BoxRec. They keep that going for a long time, man. That just stays up on BoxRec. I wouldn't take that seriously. He got a concussion, so he's going to get it suspended because he's got a concussion. That's just their protocol. Don't make the mistakes that some of these YouTube channels do on going to read BoxRec, see suspended, and jump to all kind of conclusions, man. All that means is somebody got knocked out or somebody might have got hurt or knocked down, and as a result, the commission says you're suspended. It keeps people from getting right back in the ring next week and getting another check. Like, I need to fight. Nah, son, you can't fight for at least another month. Okay, you're suspended. You can't fight for another month. You took too many shots to the head. Lomachenko is listed as suspended right now. Sugar Fantastic in the building. Much love in that super chat, sir. What do you think? I don't think the fight is in New York for the rematch, though, this year. Look, man, we'll see where the rematch is going to be for Anthony Joshua or whatever. If you go to the UK, if they go to the UK, I don't care what the outcome of the fight is. I'm not going to honor Anthony Joshua as the heavyweight champion. No way. No way would I. I'm going to tell you straight up. If Andy Ruiz has to go to the UK, winds up going to the UK to fight Anthony Joshua in the UK, I'm not even going to respect it as a championship fight. No, they've lost all credibility. Matchroom has no credibility to put on a fight. There's no Matchroom card that deserves any respect at all, no matter what, in the UK. Any one of them, because of what they did here. They have their textbook got exposed. Bronculus say, talk deja vu. Talk about deja vu. If Wilder tells the WBC to remove Dillian Whyte as a mandatory, just like Anthony Joshua had Luis Ortiz removed as a WBA mandatory. Exactly. Bronculus, much love in that super chat. Exactly. But dog, they've got no credibility. And I'm gonna harp on that. They have no credibility. None of those fights, no Matchroom card, none of those guys have any credibility. Eddie Hearn has no credibility whatsoever. You gotta assume it's a setup. You just assume it's a setup. Like, nah, you until proven otherwise, until you repent, son. Until you repent and say we made a mistake by allowing, we know what we did with the PEDs was wrong. We know what we did with the gloves to Rivas was wrong. We know what we did with that ref in the Rivas fight and the Joseph Parker fight and the Carlos Takam fight. We know all of that stuff was wrong. And we know that we shouldn't have been ticket scalping. And until they come, man, and dude, from that dog on, how many scandals can one guy have? How many scandals can one guy have? But y'all support him. But see, the UK dudes been dropped him. The real fans have been said that about him. And I got a note from a dude. I won't say who his name is, but he's on a regular chat. Dude he comes to the chat. He's like, hey, I'm from the UK. And we used to have a reputation as being the most fair. We had the most fair boxing. But Ever since Matchroom came around, ever since Eddie Hearn and Matchroom took over, I think he said took over, you get suspect. The referee is always in favor of the home fighter. What's going on, pugilism and politics? Much love in that super chat. He said the referee is always getting you're getting crazy decisions. You get crazy decisions. The referee is always on the side of the home fighter. Then you're like, it's just, he said it absolutely, it's I think he said the word shameful. You got long-standing UK fight fans from the UK that say that the way that these guys are putting on these shows is shameful. Mahari Nation Sports Podcast. And what's good for nine is Abel Mahari. Much love, sir. So love, hey, much love to you. Dog, I knew it was Abel Mahari when I read Mahari. When I read Mahari Nation. Good to see you, my man. Much love and thank you for the support. Left Hook Larry, I'm from Brooklyn, but I live in the UK family, and trust me, bro, they blaming Wilder. I can't understand these fools down here. Oh, I know they're blaming Wilder, but that right there tells you, dog, that tells you right there. You never wait for psychopaths not to be crazy. They're psychopaths. Once you know the guy's a psychopath, then you're like, oh, he's a psychopath. When somebody blames Deontay Wilder for Dillian Whyte popping dirty, you know that that's just some people whose opinion you take. You look at their opinion, you look for a trash can, and you drop it in the trash can, and you keep on walking. I'm not talking about to them. Those guys have no credibility whatsoever either. If you blame anybody that blames Deontay Wilder for Dillian Whyte testing positive is absolutely positively not worth your breath. What's going on, Thomas Moreland? There's no and more than likely, there's no anyway. Nah, man, that's that old super fandom type of crap. East New York in the building. Much. What's going on, Jay Perez? Yes, sir. Thank you for got a Patreon, another Patreon video coming up today. For the Patrons, just so you know. Chat room, salute. What's going on, Ronald Jones? Yeah, man, he's the worst of the worst of the worst, man. They need to remove this. They need to. Hey, man. If this was Al Heyman, if it was Al Heyman, dog, man, much big love in the super chat from whose tube is this? Mine. He said, happy Don, happy fired up Friday, man. Smoke them fools, bomb squad, man down. T-Rex, the whoa. I agree with everything except for you got to give my girl Cecilia Breakers her credit, man. Much love. Whose tube is this? Mine. Thank you, sir. Misery loves company big time. Oh, God, man. You know that, man. Oh, by the way, subscribe to KQKC Boxing. Partner channel. That's a partner channel of this channel. Whyte needs, kind of like the whole LDBC, actually. So there you go. Whyte needs to be banned for life. Eddie needs to go to jail. Eddie needs to be absolutely humiliated wherever he goes. No fights over there in the UK need to be respected. Just none of his cards they need to do Eddie Hearn like the PBC gonna do the WBO. It really is time in boxing to start, excuse me for my, for using this term. It really is time to start blacklisting people. Once you do something like what Eddie Hearn and Dillian Whyte did, they need to go. And they shouldn't be respected. They should not be recognized as anything. They should be ostracized. Eddie Hearn and Dillian Whyte should be ostracized for what they did. And anybody that says differently or defends it, you need to be ostracized too. Because you're just doing something to support them. Even just for the hell, actually, you're just doing it so that you can save face. Because you guys have been wrong for 2 years now. 2 years after disappointment, another disappointment, another disappointment, another disappointment. Time and time again, Eddie gets caught up in stuff. He went from getting doggone, man. Go from AJ getting knocked out to Andy Ruiz. Dog. AJ at least got into the ring clean for that last fight, he was probably clean the last several fights, but he probably ain't going to be clean no more. He got beat down. He was going to take over America. And now you get exposed for what you did in the UK. Why would we want what you guys do in the UK to come over to the United States? I have not seen a fight that crooked. And I'm asking somebody to help me. Somebody please tell me an event in the United States where somebody was allowed, where this many things happened. Somebody was allowed in the ring when they had performance-enhancing drugs in their system, and the opponent wasn't notified. Gloves, they had 2 sets of gloves approved, but then they showed up into the ring with a different pair that the opposition had never even seen before, and then the commission wouldn't let them check the gloves. Then you got a referee that is following the guy around with his eye firmly planted like this on one fighter, warning this guy for every other thing that he does. And then when in the 12th round, puts his hands on the chest of Oscar Rivas and pushes him off and basically talks to Dillian Whyte and lets the clock run out. And they probably scalped some tickets. Nah, they made the ticket scalping illegal. I mean, can somebody please tell me something that we've seen in the United States that had that much drama going on with it? KQKC, never happened since I've been watching boxing. I've seen Margarito. Margarito had the loaded gloves against Miguel Cotto, but they didn't let him in the ring with the loaded gloves. You had people that got tested positive where the fight had to get overturned because somebody popped dirty because of PEDs. I've never heard in the United States of them letting them in the ring with the PEDs. God, dog, it's nothing ever been that bad. Lucifer, what's going on? 78 Sports TV says, Lucifer, dawn of the morning. That's that song, man. I'm going to catch you, Earth. I'm coming for you, Eddie. Oh, seriously. For now, watching your videos helps my sanity return since I moved down here. Man, look, we'll keep on watching because you are in the pit. You are in the pit of fools. And they're not going to be happy till somebody goes. All to try to compete with. And you know why they're on? Let me be straight to the cuff. The reason why Dillian Whyte is on PEDs is because he's not that good. The reason that these guys are on PEDs is because they're not that good. They feel they have to cheat because they're not that good. Their trainers aren't that good. Their competition that they're fighting aren't that good. So they feel like they've got to gain. You know, I wonder with all this dope that these dudes are on, how big are they actually? Like, if you flushed everything out of the system of Dillian Whyte, Dillian Whyte might be 210 pounds. You flush all that stuff out of that boy's system, he might be the size of David Hay and getting smacked around at cruiserweight. But he wants to be heavyweight champion of the world. So I'm going to dope up and muscle up and bulk up and walk around all overweight in the ring. And y'all claim these dudes, guys like this, should be considered in the same breath as the historical legends of boxing? No. It's the dope. Okay? I remember we had I used to have these conversations with people back. This is during the what do you call it? When people were talking in the chat rooms, right? Like Eastside Boxing and Max Boxing. We used to go back and forth in these chats. And people would always say how athletes have gotten so much bigger and stronger and faster. Look how big the heavyweights are now. Yeah, D-Ball will do that. Man, that dude is probably my size. Dillian Whyte is probably my size. Because if I had to fight at heavyweight, if I had to choose between draining down and fighting because I'm 6'2", just about 6'2", 200, if I wasn't overweight, which I am right now, 6'2", 205, 210. If I got really cut and ripped, I'd be down at 185, right? So I'm like, I got to watch my diet and stay super disciplined and run and all that, and I can go down in weight and stay at a lower weight, or should I just de-ball it up, eat, sit around, get some drugs to help my enhancement, come in the ring at 235, 240, 50 pounds and with a loaded body and just add all kind of extra strength to me. And then I'll go fight big guys because I got to fight. Because if I had to make that choice and fight Deontay Wilder, I would have to dope up. So everything I land on him is brutal to him. And anything he hits me with, I can take a lot better. Deontay Wilder is built, just so you guys know, Deontay Wilder is built how a 6'7" heavyweight is supposed to be built. The guy has to eat all kind of stuff to come in at 100, like eat to come in at 220. 220. He's 6'7", 220. This fat ass dude is 6'3", 260. Get out of here, man. You a dope. You on dope. And we've been known he's on dope. Yeah, but see, Wilder doesn't eat enough, and what does his body come in at? 209, 210 pounds. That's the size of a regular human being. If he's weighing 6'7", if you're lean, 6'7" and lean, all muscle, and you're natural, 220. 220. People act, this is what I was been saying. People keep acting like evolution takes place inside of a span of 30 years. It doesn't, okay? It doesn't. Even if you can believe in the concept of evolution, not. I'm talking about how it's explained, okay? So please don't anybody argue me about whether or not it's true or not. If you say, okay, humans have gotten bigger, stronger, and faster in the last 20 years, how much? Bigger, faster, and stronger. How much? How much? You think the average human, if it's not for eating, I'm not talking about fatter. I'm talking about a lean cut athlete. A lean cut athlete. We've not gotten bigger like that. Iceberg nerd, Wilder has a crazy metabolism, man. Wilder probably has a metabolism a lot of people have, man. There's a lot of 6'7" guys that are thin. There just are. There are a lot of 6'7" tall, lean 6'7" guys. It's and what I've seen, it's more rare for somebody to be 6'6", 6'7", and big. You know, there's more. If you take the ultimate example of it, and you say somebody like Shaquille O'Neal. Shaquille O'Neal is a 7'1", 7'2" guy that's big. Dude, I saw him in person when he was 19 years old at LSU. He looked thin. He looked very, very tall and thin. And he was big. The 7-footers, the guys that are 7 foot, did you just see, man, they look like rails. Anyway, Tyson Fury fat. Tyson Fury's fat. Yeah, I guess if you want to get fat, he can get fat. You can get fat. Tyson Fury fat. Tyson Fury's eating whatever Tyson Fury wants to eat. And even then, if you see, I bet you if you see Tyson Fury in the street, when he's exercising, he's going to look tall and thin. But when he takes his shirt off, he got love handles and all that shit. I'm not going to call dudes love handles. He got a ring around his gut. That's a chick to call it. And pause. Let me do the pause thing on that. Anyway, Fury, after those pad, his body got flabby. I mean, you know, when we get flabby and huge is two different things. But look what Dillian Whyte going to look like in a month, though. This is the key, just like Big Baby Miller. Big Baby Miller toting around 300 pounds, throwing all the punches. You ain't never getting tired. You toting around 260 pounds of muscle like that, you ain't never getting tired. I don't believe him, man. I don't believe him. Do you lift? Hey, big time. If you're 5'10" and weigh about the same as Wilder, do you lift? You ever play a sport where you put on muscle? Muscle is heavy. I'm not saying there aren't guys that are like that. There are definitely. Hey, much love, man. Star City J in the building, man. Thank you, sir. All right, that's much appreciated, man. Let me thank God for you, Star City. I do believe that's in the. I do believe that was in the Le Cash Appy. Oh, no, that was early. Oh, I meant to say Star City J shot that earlier. And also, I want to say thank you in the Cash App to my man. Man, where did they go? I got to do this first. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I got to get used to this Cash App thing, man. Forgive me. Because I wanted to say thank you to some people. Because people donate in the actually I can get it in my Gmail. But yeah, man, anyway, I'm off of that. There could be some big tall dudes, obviously, who are big and strong, you know, guys, transgender. Man, get out of here, man. Throw you up out of here. Hold on. It says at transgender boxing. What is please don't add no drama to stuff. What's going on, John Gotti? Peter Pan, I don't know. I haven't even looked into the Swedish government or ASAP Rocky. I don't know anything about it. I might do that I'll do that on a Patreon. Yeah, exactly. The NBA is filled with guys like Deontay Wilder's physique isn't really abnormal. I thought most guys that tall were kind of thin, you know? Yeah, I didn't mean to get you, John Brown. I didn't know where that came from. PEDs is the reason Big Baby has gotten so huge over the years. Man, these guys are ridiculous, man. They need to really and truly be thrown up out of the sport, man. That's my take. Look at LeBron James. What about LeBron James? LeBron James is a big boy. He's always been he's a football player. He lifts a lot of weights. LeBron James, if LeBron James was not lifting weights like that, he wouldn't be that big. And I bet you it's going to be difficult for him to carry that much weight. What's his name? That's Scottie Pippen was like that, man. Scottie, that's who LeBron, like, he reminds me like a Scottie Pippen. Deontay Wilder is kind of like his build is very similar to Scottie Pippen's. LeBron smaller than he was in Miami. Yeah, LeBron 240 and 6'8". Yeah, I mean, but that's all muscle. That's all muscle. Who's too soft to box? Dwight Howard? Been a beast in the box? Who knows, man? You got to go 12 rounds. I thought Karl Malone was on that juicy juice. I ain't gonna lie. Karl Malone struck me as him and Charles Oakley. I think they were some of the cats who were the first ones out there like that. No, he is like a David Robinson build. Not David Robinson's much taller. David Robinson's like 7'1". I was going Scottie Pippen, like Scottie Pippen and him are the same height. They're the same height, basically same size. Scottie Pippen was very ripped, big, muscular and ripped when he played. Wilder like Anthony Mason? Nah, man, Anthony Mason way bigger, man. And he might be taller than Anthony Mason. I don't think Anthony Mason was as tall as Deontay Wilder. But regardless, it is what it is, man. These dudes, I just really want. Hey, who y'all got to? Is there any chance? Question to the chat. Is there any chance that Dillian Whyte? I mean that this guy can get. Oh no, Gilmore, man. I appreciate. Oh, that's Venmo. Hey, much love, man, out there in the Venmo. Thank you, sir. That's Star City J in the Venmo. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Pippen was 6'7", 225 when he played. Yeah, that's what Wilder is. 6'7", 225. And Riley, that's exactly what that's what Deontay Wilder came into his last fight at. 6'7", 223. 6'7", 223. That they're roughly the same size. Scottie Pippen might, throughout the season, carry more muscles because he's big lifting. He's big, man. Scottie Pippen is hitting them weights. Deontay Wilder ain't hitting weights like that. If Deontay Wilder wanted to hit weights, steady lifting weights, then yeah, he could probably walk around. He could add 50 to a frame that big. Bring Wilder over to the UK for what? So you guys can get doped up and cheat him? For what? What Deontay Wilder need to go to the UK for? He already went to the UK. Hey, and unlike AJ, he made it out. Hey, you scared, man? Nah, I ain't scared. I'm not fighting nobody. For what? What do I need? Hey, Deontay Wilder already went to the UK. He already went there. He beat Audley Harrison up in the UK. What you gonna do? Scared. Scared of you doping? Yeah. Scared of you sneaking in gloves into the ring? Yeah. You know, scared of y'all just blatantly cheating? Yeah. Because now it's on record that you guys be lying and scheming all out in front. Everybody knows it too, man. God, dog. But don't worry. Don't worry about it. Enough of you little young dudes, y'all would cry. Let Deontay Wilder do that. Pop dirty before the fight and not tell anybody and get in the ring and beat Dillian Whyte. Man, you guys are hypocrites. You know the internet, which y'all would try to shut down the internet. But that's because you're in it to win it. You're not in it for what's right. You in it just to say that you could be right about something. You and y'all trash ass American channels, YouTube channels supporting these guys in this nonsense. Hey, what did the UK channel say though? I haven't, because I don't frequent them. What's going on? Gregory Whyte in the building. Smash that like button, sir. Yes. Say him, Andy, need to stay away from the UK. Look, man, no doubt about it. You got to pay people big time money to get them to go there, man. You got to pay big money to let somebody cheat you like that, dude. Just cheating. They love being hypocritical and biased. Oh no, they're not. We're biased. You remember that Kane the bad guy? We're biased. You're so biased. Look at Wilder's resume. Yeah, look at his drug tests. Let's look at Dillian's resume. Suspended for 2 years for performance-enhancing drugs. You guys supported him. He had been suspended for 2 straight years. This ain't the first time. And then what's going on with UCAD either? What about this concept of a second offender? They're like, well, the first test, it might have been wrong. He has the right to appeal. You don't change the rules if somebody's a 2-time offender. There's nothing in there that says, oh, a guy already popped dirty for something and was suspended for 2 years. This is the 3rd time he's tested positive. 3rd time. Not the first time he popped dirty, because there was an A sample the first time. Not the second time he popped dirty, because there's a B sample the second time. The A sample of this positive test is the 3rd time he popped dirty. 3 times. Trey. No wonder he didn't sign with the PBC. They're like, come on over to the United States and fight, Dillian. We'll sign you. Sign one fight to fight Deontay Wilder. Just come on over and fight. Because when you say a 1-fight deal, all you're saying, Marcellus is not Deontay. Hold on. Did somebody say something about the little brother? Oh, you're a moron. Let me see. Did somebody say something about Marcellus Wilder? Marcellus Wilder never did test positive for any performance enhancing drugs. You guys were just lying, okay? Your YouTube channel that put that out there was just lying. That's it. He just told a lie. Okay? Marcellus Wallace never tested positive for performance enhancing drugs. They made it up. D Bear said they said he tested hot. It was a lie. He was found to have done nothing wrong. Let me correct that statement. Oh, he did direct him, but I want to correct this because y'all don't want to listen to me. I told people that straight up. People had to wait around for months for World Boxing News to tell them that they had called Texas Commission, and the Texas Commission let them know why the fight was turned to a no contest, and it had nothing to do with performance-enhancing drugs. I told you that the first day. It didn't have anything to do with performance-enhancing drugs. It couldn't have. It was impossible for that no contest and suspension to have been related to performance-enhancing drugs. It was impossible. On its face, it was impossible. Why, Fanon? Because if he had tested positive in Texas, he would have been banned forever. That's like somebody saying, yeah, I went into a building, I burned it down. Everybody in there, all 35 people in there passed away, and I went to jail. How long did you go to jail for? Oh, I did 3 months. I did 6 months in a minimum security. I did 6 months in a minimum security federal camp. Hold on. That's a state. That right there is a state charge, number one. Number two, under what earth and what planet would you be found guilty for eliminating 30 people, arson, admit to it, and get 6 months? You're lying. What'd you really do? Oh, you didn't pay your taxes? Oh, tax fraud? Okay, thought so. Just trying to play tough guy, huh? That's how you would know that. Because they would tell you, like, oh, I'm a billionaire. Where do you live? Public housing. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to say, oh, you're a billionaire, but you live in public housing. Can't be. Same thing with Texas. If you tested positive for Texas, the punishment that you got would be within the statutory requirements for the crime. And it wasn't. But y'all just believe anything. Not y'all just make up anything. You guys are worms, man. You guys are worms. Fanon, do you think Clarissa Shield need to be pound for pound? No. She needs to be able to beat Clarissa. She needs to be able to beat God dog. Cecilia Brækhus. Boxing source getting sued. What boxing source getting sued? For what? For what? Why are you wasting your mind? First of all, you waste your time suing somebody. People be threatening people with lawsuits. For what? I gave my opinion. It's the truth. The guy didn't tell the truth. That's the truth. And they ain't got two nickels together to come over to the United States and file suit in the United States. Look up out of here, man. Love Clarissa Shields, but what man is she going to whoop to get on that list? Yeah, just keep the female. What's going on, Justin Marsh? Much love in that super chat, man. Is Rivas going to get his O back? I don't know. If they were crooked enough to get away with the shit they did to begin with, I wouldn't doubt that they'd be crooked enough to keep getting away with it. Both Whyte and Hearns have to be banned, struck off boxing for good. Look at this weekend. 2 young, fresh, dead bodies in a morgue. Hearn and Whyte wanted to kill Oscar Rivas for sure. Dog. They need to be banned. They need to be banned from U.S. boxing. They need to be banned from the U.S. Sorry, we can't do it. At the very least, Dillian Whyte needs to lose that mandatory spot and be suspended. And matter of fact, the WBC should suspend Dillian Whyte from its rankings for 2 years. And it's because he and his promoter did not divulge that information before the fight. That's fraud. They were fraudulent with the WBC. That's what the WBC should do. Kick him out of his rankings for 2 years. Bah. You're just protecting Wilder by drug testing Deontay. Why would they even drug test Dillian? Dillian's a good guy. You can't tell. Look at his promoter. I do believe that, Iceberg Nerd. Dillian Whyte has been using pads to explain why he runs his mouth so effing much. Oh, he's a scumbag too. Because then he's like, my lawyers say I talk out the side of his mouth. His lawyers said I can't say anything because for legal reasons. Yeah. I bet you can't. If it was all in the up and up, what would be the problem? Why can't you share your thoughts? Hey, Eddie. Oh, I really can't speak on it for legal reasons. Yeah. Oh, you have a non-disclosure agreement with the BBBOC, or you're not trying to say something so that Oscar Rivas and those guys, because they about to sue you. Because they're about to take you and the BBOC to court. Dog, can you imagine that's your kid and you put your kid in the boxing room and the officials knew that the guy getting in there was dirty? The people ringside watching the fight knew this guy was dirty. The officials, whose job it is to make sure it's fair and impartial, to protect the fighters from unnecessary injury, they knew that the guy was dirty in the fight. Every time that guy got hit, every time he threw a punch, he knew that was a PED user throwing that punch. And they were cool with it. Wow. How would you feel? Oh, it makes it okay because we said it's okay. Hold on, what? Oh, the gloves were loaded. Yeah, we saw that the gloves were loaded. Yeah, we saw that. But he said that he didn't intend it. He said that he really said that no, the material isn't plaster of Paris. It's within the rules. So, but we had to send it out to a testing facility first. So we needed to let the fight go on first. And after the fight was over, then we're going to send in the gloves and get him checked and make sure everything's okay. We're just going to wait till after the fight is over to see if his gloves were loaded. We need a second opinion on whether his gloves were loaded. The Bear said Diabol is a serious PED. No, let me see. Loaded gloves. What he had was, let me be real clear about the gloves. He had gloves that had not been approved by Rivas's team. Rivas had, I'm not saying, I want to be real clear that I know they had loaded gloves. This is what happened, according to Rivas's promoter. Rivas's promoter said that they had a glove meeting, where you go and you check the gloves. Everybody, you get to look. One boxer gets to look, and their team gets to check the gloves of the other boxer. And that happens the day of the weigh-in, the day before the fight. So they did that. Dillian Whyte had 2 gloves, 2 pairs of gloves. They approved 2 pairs of gloves. The next day, Rivas's team noticed that Dillian Whyte was wearing a different pair of gloves. He wasn't wearing the gloves that had been approved. They were wearing a 3rd set of gloves. So what I'm saying is, and then they didn't let them inspect the gloves. That is, how do you know the gloves aren't loaded? He had uninspected gloves. And what was wrong? What was wrong with the gloves? Why couldn't he wear the gloves that were approved? What kind of power? And that's when the promoter's like, just let it go. That's just foul, man. That's just foul. But it's Deontay Wilder's fault, though. Because if Deontay Wilder didn't scare him so much, they wouldn't have to go through all of this. Deontay Wilder lost. Anthony Joshua lost to Dillian Whyte because it was Deontay Wilder's fault. Dillian Whyte pops dirty for PEDs, is allowed to get into a fight. It's okayed by the British Boxing Board of Control, and it's okayed by Eddie Hearn and Dillian Whyte, and it's Deontay Wilder's fault. It's Deontay Wilder. There are people that are literally blaming this on Deontay Wilder. You know who they are? Hearn bots. Hearn bots, liars and scoundrels. They're the scum of. Hey, Steve Kim, let me steal your name that you use for black fight fans in the United States and apply it to them. They are the lowest form. You said lowest common denominator, but I don't really think you meant that, or you don't understand what a lowest common denominator is. So we'll just change it and say they're the lowest, scummiest element of all of boxing. Anybody that could find a way to blame a fighter in another country that didn't attend the fight, that had absolutely nothing to do with the gloves, for their fighter testing positive for something that he admitted he did. Jeez, if Eddie Hearn got put in jail for tax evasion, it's Deontay Wilder's fault. Y'all are amazing, dude. He said, yeah, I sneezed and my eyes wild. Blame Wilder. It's on Wilder. Utah in the building. What's going on, Mark One Lick? You guys are so bad. You guys are so bad. Man, every time I think Bob Arum is kind of I say something bad about Bob Arum, holding up fights, owning a sanctioning body. Bob Arum owns the sanctioning body, right? Bob Arum owns the sanctioning body, literally owns, figuratively, excuse me, not literally. He practically owns the WBO, right? Owns the WBO. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he owns stock in it, right? Owns the WBO. Golden Boy owns the Ring, owns Ring Magazine, and expects somebody to think that they're neutral, right? Bob Arum owns WBO, does whatever it is Bob orders, and we're supposed to believe they're neutral. Golden Boy Promotion literally owns, bought and paid for, pays the salary of everybody over there at Ring Magazine, and we're supposed to believe they're neutral and should be respected. Eddie Hearn made both those guys look like, make them both look like Mother Teresa or some. Neither one of them are coming close to the scumbag that Eddie Hearn is. He makes Bob Arum and Oscar De La Hoya look like upstanding members of the fair. They like, God dog, they need to be part of the ethics committee. I mean, wow. 20 years ago today, the WBO, the same status as the IBO. And they're the same status as the IBO right now. Except for they're not a non-for-profit. Except for they're not a non-for-profit. Eddie Hearn is the biggest crook in all of boxing, dog. When you can make Panama Lewis, Bob Arum, you can make Panama Lewis and Bob Arum looking like oh my God, man. Make them look like just the most upstanding examples of ethical sincerity in that they just, man, goodness gracious. You made Bob Arum look good. You make Bob Arum look good. You, as much crap as you want to talk about Don King ain't never done nothing like that. Don King ain't never done anything like knowingly allowing somebody to get in the ring with performance-enhancing drugs, stack the gloves, stack the refs, Stack the judges. Now, he probably has stacked some judges in his days. He probably stacked the ref. But to stack the judges and the ref, maybe he stacked the judges and the ref. But did he stack the refs and the judges and do the gloves? I don't know. But then to go from stacking the refs to stacking the gloves to stacking the ref, stacking the gloves, stacking the judges, and letting the guy come in there knowingly with PEDs, that has got to be a record, the all-time record for crookedness. He has got to have broken the record for crookedness. In one fell swoop in one evening, he has broken all American records of crookedness. And any of y'all support him, dog. What only thing he should have done, the only thing that Eddie Hearn could have done was sneak into Oscar Rivas' locker room and steal his wallet. That's the only thing he could have done. What else was there to do? Yes, Christopher Jornay, thank you, man. Much love and support, man. That's super in the Patreon, man. Eddie got that special drink like Panama Lewis. I mean, dog, he got D-balled. He outdid Panama Lewis. He D-balled him. Seriously, man. He is the world's greatest boxing crook, without a doubt. In the history of boxing, I don't know of anybody. I mean, because if Dillian Whyte would have gotten beat, would have literally should have lost the fight, he was going to get the call. If Dillian Whyte got knocked down, Dillian Whyte was probably going to get knocked down in the 12th round again. They let the guy get a timeout. The scorecards were extra wide. The ref was one-sided. The guy, he brought in new gloves that didn't get approved, unapproved gloves, and steroids. For real, what is the only thing he could have done is maybe go slept with Oscar Rivas' wife and stole his wallet. I mean, God dog, and man, we need to wait for the newspapers to come. Let's wait to find out if that happened too. Man, Fanon Hearn's shenanigans make all the other well-known criminals look like rank amateurs. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Dude, he's second to none. Eddie Hearn is second to none. Second to none. That's why I'm like, Eddie, dude, hey, man, I am not an expert in this area, but I swear, I want to know, Andy Ruiz, if you take this dude to an arbitrator and you say the reason why I cannot go is because of this, I can't do it. I didn't know when I signed this. He didn't give me information. He withheld essential information when I agreed. That he was allowing fighters to enter in the ring knowingly allow people in the ring with performance enhancing drugs. That he was willing to stack gloves. That he was hiring referees and hiring judges. I can't do it because that is not, and you didn't give me any extra consideration for that. Anyway, Fanon, don't forget Eddie's the slave driver. Oh my God, man. Eagle Face, I've been saying Hearns. D-ball and wow. No matter what anyone says, any substance that modifies your metabolism is going to turn you into some type of monster. Hearns snake. Snake-like ways. Snake-like ways. Oh, St. Cruising, have they released the second test yet, dog? Of course not. Of course not. They got to doctor that. They got to doctor it. That's what they got to do. How are we going to doctor this? And then they're going to announce, oh, it got lost. It's going to just disappear. It's going to be like the OJ trial. The alleles, 2.3 alleles of blood just disappeared. Accessory, exactly. Bam, bam, tweet. What's going on, Fire? He said, I plan to name my next pet Eddie, Snake Eddie, and then mistreat it. Don't do that, Gregory, because you might not want to feed the snake. Don't name an animal something that's just despicable. Because he's despicable. You're despicable. Well, who used to say that? Is that despicable? Who did that? Is that Sylvester the cat? This is despicable. Eddie's despicable. Hair plug Eddie is despicable. His last fight, he failed his A, B, and C test for every drug you could think. Oh, you talking about what's his name, Jarrell Big Baby Miller? Come on, man. These guys are telling these guys to dope up so they don't lose fights. I think the promoter's just as much to blame for these guys doping because they're like, we need you to dope up because we got an investment in you. So dope up so you don't lose, okay? We're investing money in you. We need you to dope up so you don't lose. Either you dope up, or we ain't giving you the fight. I wouldn't put that past Eddie. And that's what they need to say. If that's the truth, boxers, you need to come out and say, how you think these dudes getting this dope? They're getting it from Eddie. I believe, I suspect, allegedly. Maybe. Have you ever considered? I don't know for sure, but I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't be surprised if it happened. Christopher Jonet said, what you said is sad, Fanon. This is getting ridiculous. They're killing the sport of boxing. If they keep letting them get away with cheating willingly, the sport of boxing will be a joke. Exactly, dude. Exactly. A joke like y'all YouTube channels. A joke. See what they did to that one guy's YouTube channel? This guy had a really good YouTube channel. I used to enjoy listening to this guy's YouTube channel out there in the UK. It was a really good YouTube channel. I felt like I was learning a lot about UK boxing. And then he went and ruined his channel. Spreading nonsense. For an extra cup, $500 a month? Dillian made a statement. I can't say anything, but I'm pissed that people are talking bad about me. That's what he said. Ain't nothing for him to say. We'll just wait for all the facts to come out. Operative word is wait, right? You want me to wait? Wait till what? Wait till we get our ducks in a row. No, your ducks have been rowed. D-ball was in that blood. Get out of here. You had D-ball in your blood. Oh, my God. Teddy Atlas. Canelo has mob ties with the stupid franchise, the WBC. He protected from Charlo. Teddy Atlas is scumbag. That's another scumbag. When you going to say something about this shit, Dave? Wait 600 days. Yeah, we're going to wait 600 days. Wait till a couple more. Wait till y'all forget all about it. Just hold your breath. Oh, you can't. Oh, somebody planted it. Oh, and they're still waiting for it. Why would you not just test it right away? Why wouldn't you just test it right away? How long does it take to test it? Oh, you just got the notification? It's crazy how that is, huh? Daffy Duck was one of those. Oh, he was the one who used to say, it's despicable. First, they have to filter it. They got to filter it first. Figure out something. They just lying, dog. Your duck is cooked. Yeah, man, that's it. It's a wrap on them dudes, man. 600 days and they won't listen. Man, look. The 600-day lie was funny in and of itself, dog. 600 days. 600 days. Teddy Atlas worked for, by the way, Teddy Atlas working for Bob Hearn. So now he's going to attack the WBC after the WBO gets attacked. Attack them all, dog. Attack them all, whatever. Fanon, can the WBC just remove the mandatory status from Whyte by saying in the best interest of boxing is the best thing to do? Yeah, absolutely. You can. It's in the best interest of boxing. Absolutely they can. They can do whatever they want. for that. Don Grant, what's good, man? Yeah, man. Sorry you late, man, but I got to roll up out of here, man. I'm going to go today, man. Go to Diabol has a half-life of 3 to 6 hours, so it goes out of your body system within a day or two. If it gets out of his system in a day or two, and he had traces in it, that means he's super doping. He just doped. He doped right before he walked in the test. He doped right before he walked into the test. He said, "Oh, the testing agent's in the door. Hold on, let me finish shooting up this die ball." Or it's oral, right? Let me pop up a D ball. Oh, Joseph Brown said it'll be 600 days for the B sample to come out. Yeah. It could be years before you get that. Yeah, BFTB was killing that dude on that ashy lips, though. Where would the ashy lips come from? I think the ashy lips might come from hitting a pipe. Because it'll dry your lip out, right? Like it's that heat. It's the heat on the pipe that burns your lips and makes them crusty, so they're gonna stay crusty. Think that's what that is, dog. You know what I mean? Kind of like people that smoke a lot. You know, you see they smoke a lot and they hold the thing right there. They get that little dark mark right there. Back when I used to smoke me a little, I used to smoke me a little something on occasion, like every day, before I decided I wanted to no longer enjoy the ganja. I was developing a little dark mark on my lip. If you hitting that big hard piece of metal or something, heated metal, that'll crack your shit all up. Permanent ashy lips, because you burned them. That's burned lips. This shit ain't ashy. Them shits is burnt. Smash the like button. Yes, sir. It's true. I've been 33 years ago, mostly for what's that's true. I've been there 30 years ago, mostly from no fluids. Smoke some on occasion, like every day. Yeah, like on occasion. Like the occasion was it was 10 o'clock. Oh, it's 10 o'clock. Oh, it's 12 o'clock. Oh, that one's done. Like every day, dude. I used to be a big man. I used to smoke all kind of the ganja. Makes me glad I never got into it. Yeah, man. It's a lot of waste of money more than anything. I've been watching for now for over a year, but was in silent till. Let me see. Boxing Web, Eagle Web Boxing. I've been watching for now for over a year, but was silent until I could not take it anymore. That's what's up, man. I'm glad you started talking up. You my dude, man. What's up, Black Steel and the new is man. What's good, man? The news man. All right, yeah. Check out. Hey, also hit that official LDBC Discord link that we got going on over there. Anyway, man, I gotta go. Oh, Philip Redden said, "I'm pissed. Whyte. I'm pissed. Everybody talking bad about me. By the way, it's Wilder's fault. Wilder did it. Out of here, man. High time equals money. Yeah, dog. Woo, cost me a lot of money. A lot of money in actually what it cost to buy it, and a lot of money, a lot of opportunity and cost in what I could have been doing when I wasn't doing that, and the mistakes that I made when I was. So it's just all around was bad. But when I turned 60, when I officially retired from my gig, my son is at the house. Y'all gonna be seeing this. The screen gonna go black. Gonna be like, "Excuse me while I blaze." I'ma steal his line, dog. I'ma steal his line. Cause hey, man, my bones start aching too much, dog. I might have to. But it would have been years and years and years and years and years without it. Anyway, they said it's Wilder's fault the Seahawks didn't run the ball. Oh man, what didn't he do? It was Wilder's fault that Hillary Clinton lost the election. Much love, Iceberg Nerd. He said, "What's the Patreon about today?" One more for the road player. Honestly, man, I'm sitting somewhere in between. Something was asked to me. It's either going to be a political question or it's going to be, one of my, how to tell a thief type of thing. I'm not quite sure, man. But I'm recording in about a half hour. I got a couple ideas, man. It'll be out there though, and it'll be It'll be good. Wilder, yeah, exactly. Wilder did, man. Why won't Wilder go and fix the pipes in Flint? Anyway, much love to everybody in the super chat. Oh, how to identify a liar? Oh, I can do that easy. Oh, easy, man. Easy, 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 easy. Easy. If it's Eddie Hearn, he's moving his mouth. You're not going to be able to get a liar the first time he tells a lie. You can invite him to tell a lie. That's how I would do it. I invite people to tell lies. Put somebody in a position to lie. Way you find a thief, put somebody in a position to steal. Something that don't matter. If they take the bait, don't trust them. People test people, you know? Test people. You want to know somebody's a lie? Give them an opportunity to lie. Know what the truth is. Act like you don't know the truth. And wait for them to lie. Do it 3 or 4 times. You'll get them. Another way to do it is you ask the same person the same question 30 times. That's why that's why you know Eddie Hearn's a liar. Because different reporters ask him the same question over and over and over and over again, and he changes his answer. So if you think somebody's a liar, somebody lied to you, just wait a day, ask them the question again. Wait another day, ask them the question again. Wait for them to say something to somebody else and just keep an eye out for them. There's all kind of other stuff, tells, looking down, talking out the side of your lips, putting the blame on other people, that type of stuff. Most people that breathe lie, they true. Not most, not all. There's also a definition of a lie. Like, what are you talking about, lie? Like, flat out tell you something that's not true, that they know is not true, or somebody allow you to have a misconception. There are plenty of people that will allow you to hold a misconception. Like, they know that you are interpreting what they're doing one way, and they're just going to allow you to be wrong, but they won't outwardly just tell you a lie. That's a politician. But anyway, we'll get into that. I'll definitely do one on that for sure. Anyway, and it is what it is. He said, I've never lied. Yeah, but you ain't always told the truth. Do you always tell the truth? See the difference? I never lied, but do you always tell the truth? Do you have a responsibility not to lie? And does that responsibility not to lie extend to not always telling the truth? Which means if somebody thinks something's incorrect and it's to your benefit, are you going to correct them? Those are ethical questions. And we'll see. Personally, hey, it's tough. Anyway, he said, I always tell the truth even when I lie. Anyway, it is what it is. Much love to everybody in the super chat. Definitely check out the Patreon. Check out my man KQKC Boxing coming up next. And with that, I'm out. Peace.